So do you want to have an easier time clipping on Twitch? Do you want those clips sent to your Discord? And wouldn't it be awesome to also have a high resolution version of that clip? Do I have a setup for you? A couple of notes, I will be focusing on Twitch, but I'm sure some of this could apply to YouTube folks as well. Make sure you download OBS and Streamerbot. Install them however you please. Next, open up both Streamerbot and OBS. We'll need to connect Streamerbot to OBS so they can communicate with one another. In Streamerbot, go to Stream Apps, and under OBS, right-click and select Add. You can name your connection however you want. I just went for OBS. Make sure your version is VFX and turn on Auto Connect on startup and reconnect on disconnect. Back in OBS, up at the top left, select Tools and go to WebSocket Server Settings. You'll want to make sure Enable WebSocket Server is checked. While we're in OBS, there are a couple things we need to set up in Settings. In Settings, go to Hotkeys and look for Replay Buffer. You'll want to add a hotkey that is specific to this function. I use Control F10. After this, I highly recommend going down into Advanced and under the Recording tab, change the file name formatting to a very long string of information. I will also add this name to the description because it's a lot. What this will do, it will make a folder for all your videos and replay buffer clips. It is a great way to stay organized. So what it is %, capital C, C, Y, Y, dash, %, capital M, M, dash, %, capital D, D, backward slash, %, capital C, C, capital Y, Y, dash, %, capital M, M, dash, %, capital D, D, %, lowercase h, h, dash, %, M, M, dash, %, SS. Lastly, and this is important, while in Settings, go to Output and go to the last tab called Replay Buffer. Make sure Replay Buffer is enabled and then reduce the maximum memory from 1000 megabytes. I've set mine to 500 megabytes. The reason to do this is because sometimes the replay buffer won't save if you use the hotkey. Manually pressing the download button to the right of the replay buffer button, it does work. I'm not entirely sure why this is the solution exactly. I think it might be because the default 1000 megabyte is too much for it, so giving it a lower threshold is more manageable. I'm not entirely sure, but this is how I got around it. Anyways, next up is connecting to Twitch. In Streamerbot, go to Platforms, Twitch, then Accounts. Log in how you usually do, and from there, you'll be able to see actions and redeems from Twitch. It is important to note that any redeems you make through Twitch, Streamerbot has a limited control over. If you make the redeems through Streamerbot, the program will have complete control over it. Now we have the setup, what is next? Clips. Going back to Actions, right-click and select Add. Name the action whatever you want. Mine will be Test Clip. Adding a group makes it easier to organize your actions, and then select OK when you're done. Since we want this to trigger based on an action in Twitch, under Triggers, right-click, Core, Commands, Commands Triggered. Select Create Command. This will bring up a new menu. Name the command whatever you want. I'm going to call it Clip Test. Then in the command section, type what you want the trigger to be. I'm going to use !clip 2. You can also choose who has permission to use this command. If you put moderators in allowed, only moderators can use this command. If nobody is in allowed, then everybody can use it. Remember when we added the replay buffer hotkey in OBS? No? Well, I'm reminding you now because under Sub-Actions, you'll want to right-click, then go to Core, Systems, Keyboard Press, put in the same hotkey that you set up earlier. Mine is Control F10. After confirming this, you'll want to create the clip. So again, right-click, Twitch, Channel, Create Clip. Ta-da! Now you have clips being made on Twitch, and when the replay buffer is active, it should create a high-resolution clip. But what about having the Twitch link sent to your Discord? Here, you'll have to go into your Discord server, and whatever channel you want the clips to be sent, click on the cogwheel, go to Integrations, then Webhooks. Create a webhook and name it whatever you want. Mine is Clip Share. Then copy the webhook URL. Back in Streamerbot, right-click under Sub-Actions, go to Integrations, Discord, and Basic Webhook. Add the name of the webhook you made in Discord. Again, mine was clip share. Then paste the URL in webhook URL. Lastly, in content, type %, create, capital C, clip, capital U, URL, %. Make sure you spell this right, or Streamerbot will only post the incorrect message. Now, I have two other functions that are just nice to have. One is a Twitch message that lets me know the action is working in the first place, since there is a bit of an awkward delay from calling on the command. So just add Twitch, chat, send message to channel. You can add any message you want. The other function I have is the clip URL being shared in my chat. So you can copy the previous action, double click on it to open up the editing screen, and then add in the % create clip URL message again. And again, make sure you spelled it right. I am never letting it down. So this is how I have my stream clip set up. It helps me keep track of what clips are being made, and it's easier for me to clip my own streams with a simple command. The replay buffer clips have also been helpful, so I don't have to worry about reduced quality, since my streams are kind of pixelated on Twitch because my connection isn't the best. Anyways, I hope this was helpful. Thank you for sticking around. Bye-bye.